It's the Beckler and Seanna podcast, your daily download of X92.9's X Mornings with Beckler and Seanna.
Brought to you by Shane Homes. If it's your favorite, it's probably Shane Homes, Calgary's favorite home builder. See quick possessions and learn more about custom home options at shanehomes.com.
It's Wednesday, July 29th, 2026. I'm Beckler.
I'm Seanna.
The Beckler and Seanna Pisscast.
Yeah.
I was talking to Brigham yesterday, and their baseball ends this weekend, and I was like, and then we've got some free time for the rest of summer. And he's like, how much of summer's left? Like 3 months? And I was like, no. Less than a month.
Yeah.
Till they go back to school. And he couldn't believe it. I was like, yeah, it goes quick, man.
Yeah.
Do you have plans for the rest of the summer, Shauna?
Yeah.
You're going back to Toronto, right?
I'm going back to Toronto at the end of August for my dad's birthday and for the Buck Martinez induction ceremony, so that'll be fun.
Cool.
And then in the meantime, I'm actually in town for a few weekends, which is great, but there's a couple things happening in town that I'm going to check out. There's like this Rosé Disco thing I'm going to go to. 88 Brewing is hosting a lawn bowling tournament that I'm going to go to. Just some fun events in town, which I'm super excited for, because again, it's crazy. Like I was not in town a single weekend in July. Like it was just nuts.
Yeah, don't even get to experience the city you're living in, right?
No, so I'm very excited to hang out here in August and do some stuff around town.
Sweet. I have a week off coming up in the middle of August, and I think the kids are going to go to Saskatchewan. So McKenna and I are trying to decide what we're going to do. We're going to do something. I don't know if we're going to like drive out to the West Coast or if we're going to do a staycation. We're even looking at like places we could fly quickly for a week and have a bit of a vacation.
Actually, it's funny you mentioned that. This weekend, Cliff and I are having a staycation here.
Nice.
People who, luckily not a ton of my friends listen to this podcast, but I haven't told a bunch of people he's even coming into town.
Because then you got to share them with everybody?
Yeah. And everybody understands.
Cliff, right?
Yeah, this is the last time we kind of get to see each other before he goes back to work full time. Like the hockey season for him, training camp starts, and then he's right into it for right through till next May, basically. Yeah. So this being our kind of last weekend, I was like, we didn't really want to spend money on like hotels, but I'm like, I also want to just hang with you. So we'll see a couple friends, of course. It's just I don't want the whole weekend being taken up by everybody. Oh, but I got to see him. But I like that happens sometimes where he'll come to visit and like him and I actually at the end of the weekend I'll realize haven't even talked because it's been with everybody else for the whole weekend. So
I think people would understand.
They do. Yeah. Totally. So we're just going to golf and do
nice.
Yeah.
That's this weekend?
This weekend, yeah.
It's supposed to be beautiful, too. So.
I know. It'd be great.
Yeah. On today's show, a heritage moment about an animal that not only will you be surprised lived in Alberta at one point, actually evolved here.
It's crazy.
And then spread to the regions that it's most famous for.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about a funny law in the province, a TV trope, something I got going on with my body lately. Shauna is a fan of something that city golf courses do. A conspiracy involving electric vehicles. We've got nicknames for a toad, a popular Canadian tourist attraction we'll talk about. That and more after your out of context clip.
Oh my God, I can finally drink! Thank God!
The Beckler and Seanna podcast.
Here's a question for you, Shauna.
Yeah.
Inspired by a podcast I was listening to on the weekend. Do you think you could disappear? Like if you wanted to make a clean break and start living somewhere else under a different identity where nobody would ever find you or connect you to your old life, could you do it?
Probably.
You think you could? How would you do it?
I wouldn't really want to because...
No.
But, well...
Let's say you had reason to.
Take all your money out of the bank account or bank. Mm-hmm. And then you'd have to go to some country far, far away. Mm-hmm. And then it was funny because at first I was like, oh, I'd love to go to like a place like Costa Rica or Belize, but nope, because lots of Canadians go to those places and I feel like that would not be remote enough. I feel like it would have to be somewhere with either a lot more people like India. Like I feel like if you went into some place in India where there's that many people around, that would be a good spot to do it perhaps, but... There
would also be record of you booking flights and crossing a border.
There would be. So you'd have to go and do that and then disappear after that, I feel.
Right.
There's
and
a bunch
someone
of places,
looking for you would still know which country you're in, likely, right?
So you'd go to that place where you're not actually going to stay first, and then you take a train or something from there using cash and like go from there. You know what I mean? Like you couldn't fly directly in because, there'd be record of you going there, right?
Right.
Which is fair enough. You could easily just pop on a train and pay in cash that way. And then, there's lots of places that I think, especially in third world countries and stuff, where they'll give you a new identity for pretty cheap.
Right.
They can create all that and make it look pretty convincing.
Okay.
to do that.
You'd have to obviously get rid of your phone.
Yep.
Couldn't use a credit card or anything.
Nope.
I guess if you were in a country where white people weren't the majority, you might stick out.
Yeah.
And somebody looking for you
It's
who
true.
had a clue of where you had went might be able to piece it together.
Yeah, I'd have to dye my hair too and all that stuff. Change my look. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd have to brush my hair probably. That would really change my look because I don't do that now.
The toughest thing for me would definitely be gathering enough cash.
Yeah.
Because McKenna manages our finances, everything's paid for with cards. So I would have to hoard money for a long time.
Yes, that would be the big issue.
And then probably cross the border on foot.
I mean, you just die because there's nowhere else that you'd be able to eat.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be able to go somewhere like that
No.
to India or anything. I'd probably have to cross into the United States on foot and then pick up a cash job there or something. And
You just have so many cameras everywhere now.
I know.
Especially the borders like that.
Well, I mean, we have a pretty long undefended
We do.
border with the United States where there's plenty of places where you could just walk across.
You'd have to
if
go
you're
through the
prepared for
bush.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like you said, there's facial recognition. Whether or not someone could get access to that.
I know.
But
You'd have to change your look enough or cover your eyes or whatever just to make sure that facial recognition would never see you regardless of where you are. Because it's just getting so complex now.
Yeah. It seems like it'd be more and more difficult.
Every
And even
year.
to leave clues as to which direction you went.
Yep.
Like your vehicle, cameras everywhere, right?
I'd have one of those old school brushes made of straw, like they do in cartoons, where every time you step, you wash it away, with the brush.
Dusting your own prints away.
Yep. Yep.
The Beckler and Seanna podcast.
I got an ad targeted at me at a company called Eurobra, Beckler. Pretty self-explanatory.
Is it? I don't. What's a
European
Euro
bras. I don't know what the difference is between. It's just a bra company.
Well,
Hilariously, Beckler, it's not even offered in Canada. It's so clearly they just know that I hunt out Euro products. I guess it's bra. You can see what these are, but you can't even get them in your own country. But Euro
you'd
bra.
like this. Oh, Euro bra. Oh.
These bras are these sexy ones. Oh.
Contain your Euro bosom in a Euro bra.
They can be pointy like Madonna bras or
Not like your prudish, restrictive American bras.
no
Oh.
bras for the man boobies or the lady boobies. We don't discriminate. Oh,
In Europe, our titties are so fun and free. We just flap them all over, yeah? We don't even like the bra.
yeah, these bras don't like to dance. They
Oh.
have tassels and sequins, and they say oompa, oompa, oompa when you dance.
One boob goes bow, the other one goes bow.
The bra that makes your blouse bazookas go bam, 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 individually or together. Oh, oh!
Look at how much fun they are having. They're so playful.
Those blouse clowns
Yours
are
are
so fun.
Yours are so shy.
Oh, my.
The Beckler and Seanna podcast.
I mentioned that we were in Moose Jaw on the weekend for some baseball games.
I
and
love the name Moose Jaw.
what a place name, hey?
Still phenomenal. Yeah, I remember when my cousin first moved to Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, and I was like, "Sorry, where did you moved
The Jaw.
to Moose Jaw?"
Yeah.
Cool.
Great
anyway,
name.
Yeah, I love it.
Have you done so a few of the families on our ball team, they're like, well, it's a long way. We'll make a bit of a vacation out of it, right?
Totally.
Stay an extra day or whatever.
Yep.
And they were going to do the tunnels tour.
Oh, yeah.
Have you done the Tunnels of Moose Jaw tour, Shauna?
Okay, I'm embarrassed to say I did not do the tunnels tour. We were going to, and I went out to Moose Jaw a few times. We went for lunch and stuff here or there, and I never did the tunnels tour.
Well, I know when you lived in Regina, you were close by, right?
Yeah.
So if you aren't familiar, there are tunnels underneath downtown Moose Jaw. Mm-hmm. And they give two different tours through these tunnels, and they're led by actors, and it's all very dramatic and fairly well done, if not entirely historically accurate.
Well, it's a fairly famous part of the whole, alcohol prohibition era of everything.
That's
So-
one of the tours, yeah. And they say that the tunnels were used for smuggling booze into the States because Moose Jaw was an important rail hub during Prohibition. And they sort of suggest that Al Capone himself may have visited Moose Jaw and hid out in the tunnels, although I don't think there's any evidence to support that. But it's fun to think about.
It is fun to think about.
And then-
stake your claim.
That's right.
Go for it.
And then the other tour is about Chinese immigrants and how they reportedly lived and worked in these tunnels. And again, not a lot of evidence to support that they did, but it's about like the head tax and the discrimination against Chinese immigrants back then. And that one is, I've taken the tour twice when I was younger, and that one I always thought was a bit of a bummer.
Yeah.
Because they're just like, look at how awful we treated these Chinese people. And you're like, oh man.
I know. Hey, it's good reality update,
It is.
though, you know?
And you know what?
It's good to know.
That's a part of Canadian history that doesn't get talked about a lot, is that Canada was awful to Chinese immigrants early on.
There's
right?
a lot of dark spots in Canadian history that you got to talk about because it was very much a thing and part of our history.
And that is historically accurate.
Yep.
If the other stuff isn't. Also, unofficial tourist attraction in Moose Jaw, but Burton Cummings lives there.
Yeah, right.
Right? And
Yeah,
if
he
you're
used
lucky,
to bitch about everyone being too loud around him. Remember that?
he was living by a dance studio, I think, and they were making too much noise.
Speaking of Canadian history, that's a beautiful part of it. Burton Cummings just being an ass to everyone for being too loud.
The other thing I've heard is that he likes to hang out at Casino Moose Jaw,
Hell yeah, so do I.
play the slots, have a drink.
I didn't do the tunnel tours, Beckler, but I did hang out at Casino Moose Jaw a little bit.
Did you see Burton?
I didn't see Burton.
Man.
You know, he wasn't yelling at a clown in the corner. No.
The Beckler and Seanna podcast.
I'm on this Lethbridge locals page. Don't know why. I'm on a lot of these pages, as you know.
Some
I'm
good
not a
stuff on
local.
there, yeah.
Somebody found a Great Plains toad recently. So they found it in the lobby of their condo building, and those are not native to the area. And this guy was like, I'm keeping it for a pet now. I don't know what to do with this Great Plains toad. It looks like he's a little bit injured, but he was like, he gave him a full shower, I guess. Washed him off a little bit because he got some hair on him, and he was just hanging out with this pet toad for a while.
They're big.
Yeah, they're massive.
This says they are native.
Oh, okay,
Says native
good.
throughout the Canadian prairies in southern Alberta, Manitoba, and Saskatchewan.
Okay, never mind then. He said that he didn't think it was. But anyway, he thinks that like somebody owned this toad. It was a pet. And then released it into their building or something. So anyway, he was looking for a name for this toad while he was hanging out with him.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, okay, well, I mean,
This
we
is
can
right
help
up
with
our
this.
right up our alley.
We know
here.
how to do this, yeah.
I did struggle with this a little.
Okay.
Not a lot of things rhyme with toad.
No.
Surprisingly.
No, it took some digging for sure.
Toad Rundgren was the first one I came up with.
I like that. Mm-hmm. I mean, just Toto,
Ah, yes.
right? Africa's Toto. Yeah. Oh, that one.
Or Dorothy's dog.
Yeah, that too.
There's a band called Toad the Wet Sprocket.
That's easy.
Yep.
Toto Baggins. I thought you'd appreciate that. I can't believe you didn't have that first.
I like that so much. Where's the music?
Jeez, Toto
Music should be
Baggins.
swelling
It
up
should
right
be,
now.
But thank God it's not.
I love that.
Yeah, okay.
Toto
thank you.
Baggins.
Thank you. I thought so.
From film Toady Foster.
Yep.
Or Steven Toderberg.
I thought of Toady Foster as well, or Toady Keith. Yeah.
Toady Keith. Country singing Toad.
Country singing Toad.
Proud
Yeah.
American.
He's got a big restaurant in Vegas now, too, Toady Keith's. You go and have some live music and good grilling. Good American grilling.
NBA draft bust Greg Toden.
Okay.
If he's big.
That's good. That's not bad. I thought Demi Lovato was pretty cool.
Ah, okay.
Or Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito is really strong.
Especially because Danny DeVito kind of looks like a toad. I could see the connection
He's
there.
toad-shaped.
He's a bit toad-shaped, yep.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
Jeez Louise, you're getting deep with that reference, aren't you? Leonardo DiCaprio was another one I thought of. Yeah,
I thought to go with anything that ends in O.
I know,
That's
and then
great.
when that opened, or Leonardo Toad da Vinci, that one's a bit of a handful to say, though.
Leonardo Toad DiCaprio Toad.
It's a lot.
That's a mouthful.
I thought maybe a couple other athletes. There's Calgary Flames player Jonathan Hubertode.
Ah, yes. We are in southern Alberta, so that's great.
Or, as a baseball fan, famous baseball player Shohei Totani.
Toad Tawny.
I thought of that too. Toad Shay Totani.
Let's
You could
mess
do
it
too.
up.
Toad Shay Totani.
The Beckler and Seanna podcast.
Last week, Shauna, you and I were talking off the air about whether you would be a good candidate for an electric vehicle.
Yeah. Right now, I have a car that takes premium, and in the summer, I hardly drive at all. Like I one tank of gas every 3 weeks or so. But of course, in the winter, when I'm driving out to the mountains there and back, when I did the math, it was pretty expensive.
And based on your usage profile, I think you probably would be a good candidate for an EV.
I
because
know.
you don't do really long drives where you'd have to sit and charge. You would have enough juice to get to the mountains and back, and you have a place to charge.
Yes.
Indoors
In my building.
At your building.
Yeah.
So I was like, you kind of be a perfect candidate for that.
I know.
Zipping around the city and not spending money on gas.
I had a fear though, like, because I was like, I can't afford to buy a new EV. Like, you know, they're super expensive. So I was looking at all the used ones, and there's actually some used like Teslas and stuff for super affordable.
We were surprised at how affordable some of the used EVs are.
Yeah, like, there was like 2018s or something for 22,000, if not even less, like 18 grand. And I was like, why would that be?
Well, we wondered if people on the secondhand market aren't worried about the batteries.
And that's what I was wondering too. Yeah.
Because if the battery in your EV goes, it's going to cost you a fortune.
Well,
right?
the car's done then, right? Like, you're not going to replace the battery. How much? I think it's more to replace the battery than to buy a new vehicle, like car.
Well, I don't know about for Teslas and that, but I know like when the Ford F-150 Lightning came out, the battery replacement for that truck is $50,000. So you're right. If it needs a battery, the truck is effectively done, right? Nobody's going to do that secondhand.
Yeah, I know. I think if I were to ever buy an electric vehicle right now, I'd have to buy it new, just because I'd be terrified about the battery. I'd just be like, oh, I'd have it for a year and then the battery would go and that's it.
So that was one of the things that, you know, when you look at how EVs depreciate and stuff, I'm like, is that going to completely eliminate the used market for EVs? If everybody is so nervous to buy a used EV because they don't know how much juice is left in the battery.
Interesting.
I know. And then we got thinking about this.
Yeah.
And we're like, hang on a second. Maybe Big Auto wants to eliminate the secondhand market.
Because then they can completely control everything. Vehicle that you purchase, yeah.
Every aspect about it. Then their service centers, your financing is through them. If you buy from somebody else, you cut them out of that.
Yep.
And they don't like that.
Well, and also with everything becoming a subscription service, which we've talked about before, I was thinking that's planned to obsolescence as well. Because if it's a subscription service, your car is going to eventually get to the certain year, just like your phone does, where it says this update is no longer available because the software is too old. And at that point, if you can't upgrade the software that is what now is a subscription service, which controls everything, well, then your car is dead. Right?
Right.
So
then you just lease a vehicle.
That's it.
Right. Then you just subscribe to a vehicle. I know. That's exactly what I thought too. And I mean, apparently some of the early EVs, their batteries are doing better than people initially even thought they would. Like, there's still lots of life left in them.
Yeah.
But everything I was reading, was saying, these cars are 15 years old and are still going strong. And I'm like, but that's not really that impressive. A 15-year-old car to me isn't that old.
Nope.
Both of our vehicles that McKenna and I drive are 14 years old, and I think they have lots of life left in them.
Yeah.
But maybe that's like how the mindset is going to shift when it comes to purchasing vehicles or subscribing to vehicles. On the plausibility scale, Seanna, how many cars that run on water out of 10
Man,
you give this one?
19 cars are on water. Like, this is right up there, man.
Thumbs up.
The Beckler and Seanna podcast.
The city of Calgary is cracking down on something, Beckler, and I kind of respect them for it. So I have a City of Calgary golf profile. And I booked a tee time for this past Saturday at McCall Lake, just for 9 holes. And I booked it for 4 of us, thinking we'd have a foursome come. And then 2 of our friends last minute, they ran into some car troubles. They wound up not being able to come. So when we got there, they're like, we might be able to make it. We might just be late. So I was explaining to the guys at the City of Calgary, the course. And I was just like, they might join later. If it's easier, like, we'll pay for them now so they can come straight on and join. And they were like, no, just wait. And then if they come, tell them to come in and pay. Well, they didn't wind up showing up. So next day, I got an email from the City of Calgary, and it says, you have been locked out from the booking system for 2 weeks for not showing up.
Oh.
And I was like,
because you said you'd be 4 and you were only 2.
I said it was 4 and only 2. And I didn't realize they never used to do that, because last year there was one time where I actually didn't show up and I felt really badly, but I never got an email about it or anything. And they're clearly cracking down on this now. So I phoned the golf course and kind of explained, I said, look, like, we didn't mean to do that. 2 of us did show up. The other 2 were actually planning on coming. It's just a long story, blah, blah. And the guy was saying, okay, yeah, I understand. And I said, I even offered to pay in advance because I was afraid that might happen, whatever. And he was just like, it's not about the money. He goes, it's actually about people just using the course.
Wow.
And I was like, holy crap. Because I thought it was for the money. Like, I thought it was like, yeah, you wasted the profits. And no, he was like, it's not about that at all. It's actually just, we're trying to get as many people as we can to be able to use this city course.
And I don't golf, but I know that like booking a tee time can be very difficult, right?
It's impossible.
There's just a huge demand for it.
Yep.
So to see one go empty, it's probably very frustrating for people.
Yeah. So I heard that and I immediately was like, I respect that. That's awesome. Because again, it's a city run course and people should be able to use it. It's like camping, right? When people book,
I was going to say, yeah.
And they don't show up for their campsites and no one else can use it. And it's like, okay, so they're actually working toward trying to at least remedy a little bit of that clearly. And I was like, I actually respect that a lot. So,
I would think the city courses wouldn't run at a huge profit.
No,
if
you're
they
right.
profit
You're
at
right.
all. Like they might even operate at a loss, right?
That's a good
it's
point.
just a service that is provided to the people who live here.
In fact, now that you say that, I think, yeah, a couple of them, because there was, I forget now, did one shut down or was thinking about it? And I think it was because it was operating at such a loss. But you're right. These are more to provide people access to something that's a little bit more affordable than some of the private courses. So, yeah, I think it's cool.
And I would like to see a similar system for camping too,
I do too,
right?
yeah.
Like if you book all these campsites and don't use them, then you should be barred from it for a
100%.
little while. You should have a bit of a suspension.
Yep. And this was awesome because the guy then, after explaining, he revoked it. He said, okay, because of this, like, and so I can book again. And so he understood. But I was like, that's really nice. And I said, I promise, won't happen again because I respect that, man. I do.
The Beckler and Seanna podcast.
So I drink a lot of water.
Yeah.
Normally, even.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm well hydrated. Larger
It's good to be
fella,
well hydrated.
running hot, you know.
You got to keep that rig going.
Got to keep her
Humming.
fresh. Even on days when I'm not doing much, I put back like 5-6 liters of water. But in this heat, Shauna, my goodness,
I know.
I am putting back like 8 liters of water a day, and I'm still thirsty all the time.
It's a bit crazy.
It is crazy.
I know.
I have this unquenchable thirst to the point that like I drink so much that I feel bloated and uncomfortable, but am still thirsty. What is that? Is
I don't
that
know.
just the heat and the humidity and not being used to it?
Maybe.
Running a hot rig?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Perhaps.
that's how it feels.
Yeah.
It's got to be good for the body, though, don't you think? To be sweating a lot and to be cycling a lot of water through
I mean,
your
you
system.
can overhydrate. So if you're feeling
Sure.
bloated, I'm like, you might be overhydrating yourself.
But if I'm still thirsty,
It might be psychological. I wonder if there's something to do to that too, where you're just hot and you're like, I swear I need more water, and it's like maybe you don't, but
I've typically learned that like the body's thirst level will tell you how much water you need to be drinking, and if you, like don't force it in if you're not thirsty. If you are thirsty, continue to drink, but
you could drown in your own water. That's terrifying.
You can, but man, not even like going to the bathroom that much either. Just sweating it out, I think.
Yep. That's always hilarious. When I used to go on cat skiing trips, I would purposely dehydrate myself because there was no bathrooms when you're up on the mountain.
Yes.
And so all the guys would easily just, drop trow or just like whip it out and go. And as a woman, you have to take your whole getup off. So all of your ski gear. And if you have, the suspenders and everything, it's just a nightmare.
Right.
So a friend and I, the two girls on the trip, we'd look at each other and be like, looks like we're not drinking anything for the next 8 hours, so we don't have to pee while we're out here.
And you're probably working quite hard too, right?
Yeah.
So
And then at the end of the day, of course, you do finally go and it's radioactive colors where you're like, I should probably start drinking.
And probably so satisfying too, eh?
Oh my
Thick
God, I can
piss.
finally drink. Thank God.
The Beckler and Seanna podcast.
So I got a bunch of messages right away from people who are like, you have diabetes. Everyone was pretty quick to diagnose me with diabetes.
Yes.
Just based on that.
Because you're thirsty.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a few other things, though, that if you have diabetes, you probably notice, which you don't have going on, so.
Well, I asked ChatGPT about it. I was like, what's happening? Why am I... Because I've also been really tired and hungry lately. I was like, what's going on? And it's like, it could be diabetes, but they said you'd probably be pissing a lot if it was. That's like frequent urination is one of the signs of diabetes, and I don't have that.
No.
So hopefully it's not the beaties.
Yeah. You could always get it checked just to know, but I don't think it's diabetes.
Is that just a blood test?
Yes.
Yeah. I just had like a full physical, full blood panel a couple months ago.
Oh, there you go.
So it had to show up pretty quickly here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's just the heat. It's hot.
Yep.
It's very, very hot.
It is hot.
I'm almost at the point where I'm going to start carrying a big fella towel around, Shauna.
Oh, boy.
It's tucked in my back pocket.
Just get
from-
one of those neck fans.
Yeah. When we were watching baseball last weekend, my parents came to watch, and my mom put one of those on me. I was like, what's this? You can't really talk over them. They're a little too loud to have a conversation while you're wearing it, but...
They're handy.
Yeah.
I have one that I've never opened up before.
What'd you get it for?
I bought it for Cliff when we were dressing up as those dinosaurs. Remember when we went to
yes.
Drumheller and it was like 35 degrees or something that day, and he was already not wanting to go in a dinosaur costume. So I bought him the neck fan and was like, here you go. And he never wound up using it. So I still have it. But I have thought about it. I was like, hey, hanging by the pool with a neck fan on.
Yeah. A lot of the kids on our baseball teams are wearing them in the dugout because they come off and it's so hot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been tough. Like, for the catchers especially, like you're in the gear and you're like running back to the fence every time there's a passed ball.
Yep.
It's been a tough month to be a catcher, I think.
Yeah.
They also have like a cooler full of these like, I don't know how to describe them. It's like
Jello
a water
shots.
snake. Jello shots.
Jello shots for the kids. Getting crazy out there.
When we get off the field, we're party girls.
They could be non-alcoholic Jello shots, okay? You know.
Non-alky Jello shots for the boys. Eh?
Yep.
So there's like these water snake things that they dip in cold water and then wrap around their necks. But
cool.
All these tricks to try to stay cool out there. It's going to be hot again this weekend, but it's been good.
Oh my God, super soakers.
Just soaking each other.
I just all of a sudden thought of a super soaker and how much I want to have a super. Oh, we used to have massive super soaker fights in my backyard when I was a kid.
Yep.
And the whole family would get involved, and it would get insane. Like,
I remember how big some of them were for a while there. Like a kid almost couldn't carry them.
we would
when they
like
were
climb
fully
up to the
loaded.
second floor and shoot from like the window up there, and like, oh yeah, it got nuts.
Until Dad turned the hose on and ruined it for everybody. Dad with the hose.
Such a bad dad. Yeah, that's a dad badge right there.
The Beckler and Seanna podcast is brought to you by Shane Holmes. We're talking about super soaker fights. When we were growing up, Nerf fights often had like Nerf gun fights too.
Yep.
And the best houses were any house where you could like do a complete lap.
Right.
Like if it was like a central staircase or something, and you could go all the way around the main floor.
Yeah.
My one friend's house even had 2 staircases to the basement.
Nice.
It wasn't a huge house or anything. It was just the way that it was laid out. You could access the basement from the front door or the back door.
Cool.
And that was awesome for a Nerf fight because you didn't know where anyone was going to be.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't think people are designing their homes based on Nerf fight layout. But
Yeah.
You want a what?
A moat.
A moat.
Yeah.
For the drawbridge.
Make that happen.
Talk to Shane Holmes about it.
A little river around it, then yeah, give me a moat, please. Thank you.
Gators. Mm-hmm. Check their affordable customization and make changes to your floor plan based on what your family needs. ShaneHolmes.com. Shane Holmes.
The better way to build.
The Beckler and Seanna podcast.
I have another TV trope for you, if I could, Beckler.
Yeah.
When somebody is getting chased and they climb out the window and climb along the ledge of a building.
As if that's how you're going to escape.
As if that's just a common way for people to escape when they're, in danger.
Right. That does happen a lot in
all
movies.
the time in movies. And I have some questions. Like, has anybody ever actually done that? Especially when it's like 40 floors up and they always look down. It's very dramatic. And I'm like,
You got to hug the wall.
yeah, most buildings don't even have ledges like that. Like, how many buildings have ledges on every floor that you can just slide across and have enough of a ledge where you can safely do that without falling over?
Mm-hmm. Now, maybe some of the older buildings in a place like New York.
For sure.
And they were put there as a plot device for movies,
Right.
I think. But you're right. I wonder if that's ever happened. I feel the same way about a chase that ends on the roof.
Yeah.
If you're being chased, why would you go to a place where you're cornered? Like the roof.
Because then you can fly off one roof and on to the next, Beckler.
Right. Or,
Right? When you're doing a location scout, that's what you need, right? When it's a chase scene, it's like, all right, we need buildings that are close enough together so you can jump from roof to roof.
Yep.
And it has to have a ledge because the person obviously has to climb out the ledge and then run.
Or some dramatic aerial escape or something.
And then there's always a convenient dumpster, right? That they can then jump onto
Or
as
an
well
awning.
or into.
Awnings, too.
Oh, yes, awnings.
Awnings are very robust.
Especially in Aladdin.
In the
where
movie.
you bounce off the awnings.
Right.
On to the next one.
Pillowy.
All very logistic. This is all things that happen for sure.
Right. A plummeting body would definitely be cradled by an awning.
Yes.
So,
And then into the dumpster. Nice soft, and it's always soft stuff in the dumpster. Like,
Yeah.
no, there's no hard garbage in there, obviously.
insulation, bales of
big,
insulation.
It's a big,
Pillowy.
puffy pillows. They're throwing
Yeah.
out all the pillows.
the ledge escape is a good one.
It's weird.
And if you're the person chasing them and you see them go out into the ledge, you'll be like, okay, well, I'll just go to the next room and get you there.
Yep.
I'll go to the next window.
Yes.
You're stuck on the ledge.
Uh-huh.
make this harder on yourself.
You have nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go.
There's
but down.
nowhere but yeah.
The Beckler and Seanna podcast.
So the Sylvan Lake RCMP made a post recently about how they had to send 200 paddle boarders back to shore weekend before last for not having the proper safety gear on board their paddleboard.
There are 200 paddle boarders in Sylvan.
I guess so.
Wow.
And none of them had the right gear by the sounds of it.
Jesus.
So,
Okay.
Sylvan Lake's busy this time of year, right?
It's true.
In the summer.
200 seems okay. Wow.
That's
impressive.
a lot.
Good.
So according to, these are the laws from Transport Canada, you need a Canadian approved PFD, a life jacket, right?
Yeah.
A whistle or a sound signaling device, a buoyant heavy line at least 15 meters in length, and a watertight flashlight if you're paddling in low light or at nighttime.
Right. You can
15
get those-
meters of rope.
Yeah, you can get those pre-packaged little orange things, right? The little canisters that have all that in it for you.
Right.
It's really simple. You can. That's the best way of doing
That is
it.
very simple.
Uh-huh.
So I didn't know all this. I have definitely gone out in a paddleboard without all that stuff before. But I was reading through some of the comments, and some of the comments on this post were really funny.
I can imagine.
Like, the top comment is someone pointing out that they can go swimming without all that gear, but they can't take a paddleboard out.
It's true.
So if you were on your paddleboard and the police approached and you just jumped in the water, would you then be in compliance with the law if you
Good
didn't have
point.
that gear?
Interesting.
It's pretty funny.
I mean, to be fair, I get it because, of course, when you paddleboard, you're going a lot further from shore than if you're swimming normally. But yeah, it's very true.
That is the argument, that people can paddleboard out a lot further than they're able to swim back.
Yes.
So
and-
I get that.
Yeah, but still, that is a funny concept. You're absolutely right. Just jump in. That's not my paddleboard.
No, I was just out here swimming.
Also, when they say a noise device, like, could you do like an air horn? You think?
Yeah, I think probably if it
Kind of
worked in
anything?
the water, right?
A clown horn? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Another guy said, just pointing out some of the ridiculous laws that exist, I guess, in Canada. He's like, I own a pontoon boat, and apparently by law, I'm supposed to have a pail on board to scoop out water. Please tell me how that is even possible. You can't bail out a pontoon boat.
That's really funny.
It's a flat deck.
Yep.
If your pontoon boat is sinking, you got bigger problems than you're going to be able to bail out.
I
right?
guess if the pontoon itself had a hole in it and it was starting to fill with water, then maybe then a bucket, if you...
How would you bail it?
You'd have
On
to
the
reach
underside
into
of the...
Yeah, reach into it and then bail it out like that.
But where's the hole?
I know.
Doesn't make any sense at
No,
all.
that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, logistically on other boats, it makes sense, but pontoons, not so much.
For sure.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Apparently, this also only applies, these paddleboard rules, if you are moving from point A to point B. Like if you're actually, like if you're just
Moving.
out paddling around, I guess, like at the beach, then you don't have to have all this stuff. I don't know. It's all very convoluted.
I know. That also is very confusing.
Yeah.
So if you, in that case, just throw your paddle.
Just
Jump in the water and then throw your paddle. And they're like, no, I'm just swimming. And then, oh, no, I'm not moving. I'm staying in one spot.
sure, just out here floating.
I don't have a paddle.
Apparently, someone made the point that with a rock and 15 meters of line, you can actually get yourself back to shore if you're in shallow enough water. And I was like, I hadn't really thought about that, but yeah, you could tie the line to the rock, throw it, pull yourself, throw it again,
You could.
pull yourself in if you weren't able to paddle.
You could paddle.
Or you could paddle.
You can paddle
What if you're
with
McKenna and you can't paddle unless if your life depended on it, right?
You could paddle with your arms. Mm-hmm. You could kick with
Surfboard
your
style,
legs, right? You could kick it like it's a flutterboard, which you learn very basics of swimming. And if you don't know that basic when you're swimming, you probably shouldn't be on a paddleboard in the middle of a lake.
Fair point.
I'm just throwing it out
Fair
there.
point.
The Beckler and Seanna podcast.
An Alberta heritage moment.
When you think of Alberta, camels probably don't come to mind, so it may surprise you to learn that the camel first evolved in North America. This was 45 million years ago, however. But the camel family actually started out as small, deer-sized woodland creatures before evolving into large humped animals we know them as today.
And although we normally associate camels with hot, sandy climates, this also wasn't always the case. The type of camel found here was known as the Camelops hesternus, and they stood 7 feet tall.
There are several sites across Alberta where ancient camel bones have been uncovered. Wally's Beach, north of Cardston, is the primary source of these camel bones, although many have also been found in Edmonton and Vauxhall as well.
And for the early people around here, camels weren't pack animals. They weren't used to help in transporting goods like we often see today. Instead, camels were primarily hunted for food. There's evidence of meat being stripped off the camel bones, proving that human hunters would track and eat the massive animals for sustenance during the harsh winters.
In fact, there's evidence that hunters in the Alberta region were a major contributor to the overall extinction of these large mammals. Pre-contact humans were hunting big game at the same time that these animals were struggling with a warming climate, and many researchers believe these early hunting patterns had a severely damaging effect.
Another incredible fact, the iconic features of modern camels, like their big humps where they store fat, their wide flat feet, and their giant eyes, these were all adaptations to help the camel survive the cold, not the hot weather.
Their wide feet assisted them in walking in deep snow, like a snowshoe, and their wide eyes assisted them in seeing in the long, dark winters of the ancient Canadian boreal forests. These evolutionary adaptations have obviously remained and helped the camel to become well equipped to deal with a climate like the desert as well, another place with little to no precipitation.
Eventually, some of these camels migrated across the Bering Land Bridge into Asia and Europe, while others headed south to become South American llamas. The giant camels went completely extinct in Alberta roughly 10 to 11,000 years ago. But to think that we used to have snow camels roaming the plains and through the snow is quite a remarkable thought.
This has been an Alberta Heritage Moment.
You've been listening to the Beckler and Seanna podcast.
Brought to you by Shane Homes. If it's your favorite, it's probably Shane Homes, Calgary's favorite home builder. See quick possessions and learn more about custom home options at shanehomes.com.
You want more? Then tune in to X Mornings with Beckler and Seanna live on Calgary's alternative, X929. Monday through Friday, 6 to 10 a.m. Mountain Time at x929.ca. And don't forget to subscribe to this podcast and have Beckler and Seanna downloaded daily to whatever device you use. Later. This week on After Hours with Ty and Millions. In for Mariah.
Sorry for making fun of you so much this week. I feel like you've been my L-Rod.
L-Rod?
Lightning rod.
Oh, I thought you meant like L. Ron Hubbard. Who is that?
You've been my L. Ron Hubbard, the guy that invented Scientology.
After Hours with Ty and Millions. Watch the video on YouTube. Stream it wherever you get your podcasts.